And the next sign reveals why leaving feels so impossible. Sign number 4. Leaving feels like withdrawal, not sadness. This is the sign that confuses people the most, the sign that keeps them trapped because they misinterpret what they're feeling. When you think about leaving, really leaving, permanently, no going back, what do you feel? In a healthy relationship that's ending, you feel grief, sadness, loss, the pain of saying goodbye to something real and meaningful. It hurts, but it's a clean hurt, a human hurt, the kind of pain that, while terrible, makes sense. In a trauma bond, thinking about leaving feels like something else entirely. It feels like panic, physical anxiety, a sensation in your chest that screams wrong, wrong, wrong. An overwhelming certainty that you can't survive without them, that leaving would break something fundamental inside you. That's not love. That's withdrawal. Your nervous system has become dependent on the cycle. The highs and lows have rewired your brain chemistry. You've become addicted, not to them as a person, but to the neurochemical pattern they've created in you. Here's the psychology. Trauma bonds create literal changes in brain chemistry. The stress hormones, the dopamine spikes, the oxytocin released during reconciliation. These chemicals create dependency just like any substance would. And when you try to break the bond, you experience withdrawal symptoms, anxiety, obsessive thinking, physical discomfort, inability to sleep, constant rumination, the feeling that you're going crazy without them. Those symptoms aren't proof that you're meant to be together. They're proof that you're addicted. Here's the gossip-level detail that should clarify everything. Have you ever left, or tried to leave, and found yourself physically unable to stay away? Not because you thought things through and decided to return, but because the discomfort of being apart became unbearable. Because you felt like you were going to crawl out of your skin. Because every cell in your body screamed at you to go back. That's not your heart telling you it's love. That's your nervous system demanding its fix. I spoke with a man named Trevor who left his toxic partner 11 times before it finally stuck. Every time I left, I felt like I was going crazy, he explained. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't think about anything else. And I interpreted that as proof that I loved her, that we were meant to be together, that I was making a mistake by leaving. He continued. But the 12th time, I stayed gone. And you know what happened? After about 6 weeks, the feelings started to fade. The obsession quieted, the anxiety decreased, and I realized I hadn't been feeling love. I'd been feeling addiction. The only way to see that clearly was to go through the withdrawal without running back. Grief after a healthy relationship ends doesn't make you feel like you're losing your mind. It makes you feel sad. The distinction is crucial. If leaving feels like detox, you're not leaving a love story. You're escaping a chemical dependency. And the final sign ties everything together, revealing the ultimate difference between trauma bonds and real love. Sign number 5. You defend the relationship against your own perception. This is the sign that will tell you the truth you've been avoiding. Think about how you talk about your relationship to others, to friends, to family, to that therapist you saw a few times, to the person watching this video right now, yourself. Do you tell the whole truth? Or do you find yourself managing the narrative? In healthy relationships, you don't have to spin. You don't have to carefully select which stories to share and which to hide. You don't have to preface every complaint with, "But he's really great most of the time." You don't have to translate their behavior into something more acceptable before you say it out loud. In trauma bonds, you become a publicist for your own pain. You minimize. "It wasn't that bad. I'm probably overreacting." You justify. "They only act that way because of their childhood. They can't help it." You deflect. "All relationships have problems. We're not perfect, but who is?" You defend, not just to others, but to yourself, against your own perception, against that voice inside you that says this isn't right. Here's the gossip-level detail that should stop you in your tracks. Have you ever been mid-sentence, describing something that happened, and suddenly caught yourself? Suddenly realized that if you told the full truth, unfiltered and unmanaged, the person listening would be horrified. Have you ever softened the story because you knew the raw version would make them worry? Make them tell you to leave? Make them see your relationship for what it actually is? That impulse to protect the relationship from the truth is the clearest sign you're in a trauma bond.